I truly believe that this is the exact talk that you need to hear today. Whether you are struggling with belief in yourself, you're struggling with your goals, or like many parents all around the country and world, you are getting back into the routine of work and school, and things maybe felt like they were in a good groove, and now they're thrown all up in the air again, and you feel like you're starting from square one. I want to reassure you with something. And first and foremost, you are not starting from square one. If you have done any work with us in the past, whether workouts, nutrition, mindset, or accountability, you are never starting over again. That is one of the biggest lies that we will tell ourselves. And it simply is not true, because when you have acquired some type of a schedule, a regimen, you've changed your nutrition, you've begun to exercise, it's never starting over again. And that is the biggest lie that I constantly believed about my own fitness and my own goals. Now, I am somebody who I should say all of my life was encouraged by my mom, my dad, my grandma, who's now great grandma to my kids. I was constantly encouraged. You can do it. You are great. You're amazing. I made honor roll. I was class president in my high school. I was class president in my college. I was the election commissioner. I don't say any of that to brag. I say that because I had all those titles and did all those things and still doubted my ability to make progress when it came to my health, my fitness, and my nutrition. In fact, I'd sit on my parents' floor. They had a gym in their basement. My mom had been in a horrible car accident. My dad put in a home gym. It was really to rehab my mom and get her better. And I would go down there with the best of intentions. But you know what I caught myself saying all the time? I'll never be. I'll never be fit like the girls that I see in the magazines. I'll never have that kind of a body. And oftentimes, when I get on the phone with somebody for the first time, a client, somebody who's on a strategy session or a breakthrough session, whatever it is, I hear the exact same words mirrored to me from the woman or the man on the other line. I'll never step on stage. I'll never put on a bikini. I'll probably never have my dream body. And that is the biggest lie that you are walking around telling yourself every single day. And I want to let you in on a little secret. When you tell your brain that, your brain will seek to make that the truth. What that means is when you keep saying, I'll never achieve my dream body, I'll never get in that bathing suit, I'll never look the way that I want to look or feel the way that I want to feel, well, then that's true. Right? Our brain is a problem seeking mechanism. It seeks to solve problems. And when we constantly present it with the answer of you're not going to XYZ, you will not do the things that you want to do. Now, the biggest thing that changed for me where I stopped playing small is when I had somebody else that believed in me. And in fact, I just hopped off a call with our other business leaders, wellness partners in the industry that we have the great honor and privilege of leading on a weekly basis, pouring into them, helping them to increase their impact and influence online, do awesome stuff. And I actually got the opportunity to call each of them out and say, you're playing small. And here's what I know to be true about you. And you are playing small. And here's what I know to be true about you. And we actually went around, and almost every single partner on this call got to be called out in the best possible way. Imagine if you had somebody to say, no, you're playing small. You can achieve that goal. You can achieve that nutrition goal. Of course, you could get to that weight. You're going to get in that bathing suit. You can do it. And sometimes I feel like we need somebody else to believe in us before we actually have that belief in ourselves. In fact, that was me for so many years when I was walking around like, I'll never this, I'll never that. In fact, if you've watched my videos on my mantra was always FML. That's like, the F bomb, my life. In fact, a memory just popped up. It was like 8 years ago today, FML. And I was like, oh my gosh. The things that we say, they cause us to play small, to stay little, to not achieve the things that we are absolutely deserving of, the things that are possible for us. And so we got to flip that on its head. Somebody just dropped, I like when you say it's our BS. It is BS. It's your belief system. And some people's belief systems need to be broken. What broke my belief system is rather than saying, I'll never XYZ, the question that Robert Kiyosaki poses, how can I get that dream body? How can I have more energy? How can I get healthier food in the house? In fact, one of the questions I had asked myself, how can I like cottage cheese? Because I don't like cottage cheese. It's curdly and disgusting, and that's gross, and I could never eat that. Well, that's another lie. How many lies are you telling yourself? That was not a good idea to do on live video. Don't eat while you're talking on live video. You will choke. What lies are you telling yourself right now that you need to kick out the door? Because I could look at every single person in this group, myself included, and point out the ways that you're playing small in your fitness, in your eating, in your habits, or just in your beliefs. You are playing small. And I believe that you are here because something resonated with you in your being, that you know that you're meant for more. You know that you can achieve these goals. You know that it's possible. But all of these experiences over the course of your life, for me, it was, Corey Beth, you're too much. You're too positive. You smile too much. You're always happy, right? All of those things pushed me down a little bit. I allowed that to happen. That's nobody's fault, right? That's just other people's opinions of you. And really, if you talk to 100 people, there's 100 different opinions of you because no two people share the same opinion. The truth of it is your character and who you are. Yeah, I am a positive person. You don't like it, deal with it. But it took me years to get to this point. But through that process, I had those people that believed in me, which is why we believe so firmly in coaching. And for myself, I asked the question, how can I? So what do you need to put at the end of that sentence today? How can I get healthy meals into my kids' lunch boxes for school this year? How can I make sure I have a plan for dinner every single night? How can I make sure I still get my 2 to 3 workouts in a week? They're only 30 minutes, by the way. No excuses. How can I make sure I hit my goals? How can I lose 5 pounds by X date? How can I, by the end of the year, be exactly at the goal I want to be? How can I have more confidence? How can I get to bed earlier? There are a million questions we could ask ourselves. I want you to ask yourself one. How can I, and fill in the blank, and drop it in the comments because I want to know what you're trying to do. Because chances are I've either done it or helped somebody else do it, and I can help you do it. Right? That's where the power comes, is when you're not doing this alone. Because if I had to walk this walk alone, a lot of people look and they're like, you're so confident. Well, I didn't do that on my own. I had coaches and mentors that poured into me. I don't believe in myself this much. They believed in me to help me believe in myself. And now I believe in myself to the point where you now see that in me, but you have it too. It's not just for me. It's not just for me. It's for you too. But you have to step up and claim it. So many of us go through our lives playing small and asking terrible questions like, I'll never do this. Or how come this always happens to me? Or why does that always happen? Well, that's a terrible way to live your life. And I say that because I did it. I say that because I lived it. I get to say it because I asked myself that all the time. And those are crappy freaking questions. We got to stop asking more, or we got to start asking more high quality questions. How can I, and fill in the blank? Type it right now. There's a bunch of you right now that are watching this live, and a bunch more of you are going to watch us on replay. Type it in the chat box. Type it in the comments under this video. How can I, fill it in? What is it that you need to do to stop playing small and take your life up to the next level? Because it will not happen until you make that declaration and that decision in your life. It will not happen until you decide. So I had to decide, you know what? I am going to get in the best shape of my life. For me, that took a slew of 3 terrible events: a car accident, a face injury where my nose was fractured, and a head injury. In fact, I had post-concussive syndrome and couldn't go to work. I don't want you to get to that point where you literally are incapacitated and unable to work to finally realize that you're asking yourself crappy questions. It's time to step it up. We just got one. Yes. How can I grow my business more? That is an awesome question. I can't wait to see who's posting these. Post your name in the comments. It just says Facebook user. That's where we're streaming this right now. How can I grow my business more? I don't know. I could give you about 1 million ways right now that you could grow your business more. Probably you need to be more consistent, right? And that applies to eating and business. BT dubs. How can I grow my business more? You probably need to show up more. You probably need to go out and start looking for people instead of allowing them to come look for you. You probably need to be more clear about what exactly it is that you're looking for, right? Jackie Yeagley. What's up, girl? Oh, here's another great one. Jackie, was that helpful? Drop me yes in the comments if it was. Next question. How can I not turn one bad day, turn into a whole series of bad days when it comes to eating? Heck freaking yes. That is an awesome one because that was me. That was like animal crackers, mint chocolate chip ice cream. That went into all sorts of other things. Okay, how can I not let one bad choice make 100 more choices? You let it be one bad choice. You say, this is the one thing, and I'm not doing another thing because I have a plan. The whole point of that question is you have to have a plan. I didn't have a plan for lunch, but I knew that at some point during this week, I was not going to have a plan. And so I planned for not having a plan by having 3 containers of cottage cheese. There it is. This brand is great, by the way. Shout out to Sarah Formato for introducing us to this one. I got 3 of these in the fridge because I was like, I'll eat one, Mike will eat one, and then we'll have an extra one because at some point we're not going to have a plan. So planning for when you don't have a plan is really, really important. Or for me, also, yesterday I ate 25 alphabet animal crackers. I'm not going to hide behind that. I'm going to be honest about that because I'm not perfect. And so how could I ever expect you to be perfect? But I literally was eating the crackers and I'm like, what are you doing? How can I not do that? I can stop buying crap. How about that? I can stop bringing that stuff into my house because when it's in my house, I will eat it. And when I eat it, I eat more of it. And when I eat more of it, I can't stop eating it. That's who I am, right? And I know that I'm creating that as my identity, but I know that to be true about myself. And so I don't buy that stuff, period. I walk right past it in the grocery store. I literally go in, I get my produce, I get my salad, I get any cheese, goat cheese that I like. I'll pick up waffles for the kids. I head to the back of the store. I get the protein, the meat, whatever else I need. Then I head to the egg produce section, right? Where I get my eggs and my half and half. And sometimes chicken nuggets for the kids, Earth Best. They're great. Sometimes I get the dino nuggets, but I make my way right out of the store. And sometimes I'll pick up nuts from the very center on my way out. But if I went down the goldfish aisle, oh gosh, what could I get from there? I could get Famous Amos. Those are great. I could get goldfish. I could get animal crackers. I could get frosted animal crackers. I could get those little Pepperidge Farm boxes of like cookies, like 8 of them, like the white macadamia nut. Those are my favorites. And those are my vice, but I won't buy that because I don't want to have that in the house. So that's a surefire way to not let one bad day turn into 10 bad days because you don't have crap to eat in the house. You can't eat crap. That's one of my strategies. There you go. All right. Jackie's saying consistency is definitely her issue. There you go. How can I be more consistent? That's the next question you ask yourself. How can you be more consistent in your eating or in your business? Figure it out. You got to show up more. You have to have a plan. I miss cottage cheese, dairy-free here. That is an interesting one. There actually are, I'm lactose intolerant and IBS, right? So for me, I'll take a digestive enzyme. So we have really great digestive enzymes that has lactase in it. It's built in. And so it helps me to better digest because this could be disastrous, right? All right, grocery store pickup for all the inside aisles. Stick to what's needed. I only shop produce and meat in person. I feel like that's Donna. I'm not sure who that is, but I feel like that's something you would say, and that is an awesome choice. I love grocery pickup. One of the best things to come out of COVID, right, because we have to find something good that came out of something bad, I think has been the ability to pick up and order groceries. I use that feature all the time, you guys, because first of all, I don't want to spend time in the supermarket. Second of all, I don't want to bring my kids into the supermarket because when I do that, I'll spend $50 more than I need to without fail, right? And so how can I just pull up and get my groceries in my car and keep on going with my day? Pickup has been amazing. It's still Jackie. Okay. So that's amazing. Grocery pickup. So you created a plan for your groceries. You need to create a plan for your business, right? Because here's the last cool thing I'll leave you with, guys, today. And I appreciate you sticking on here with me. This is a longer video than I normally like to do, but I had to get this stuff out. Once you learn how to do it in one area, the skills that you learn are transferable. So once you become more consistent in your eating, you could be more consistent in your laundry. Isn't that crazy? In fact, that happened to me just like these past couple months because my laundry would pile up and I would live out of laundry bins and I hated doing that, but it's not going to stop until I decide that it's going to stop. So I had to say, okay, I can write out a plan for my meals. Why can't I write out a plan for laundry? And it's funny because then life happens because guess what happened? I wrote out a plan that said on Monday, I do laundry, actually Sunday, because then Monday our nanny came and she would help fold 1 load of laundry. And then on Monday night, I do another load of laundry because then on Tuesday, my mom comes and she would help fold another load of laundry. And if I had anything that still needed to be washed, I did it on Thursday because on Friday, our cleaner comes and she helps fold 1 load of laundry and then all my laundry is done. But then guess what happened? My dryer broke. Isn't that funny? But that happens, right? You're on a good plan and you're on a good plan. And then all of a sudden there's ice cream and you're like, I don't know what to do. Or you're on a good plan, and then there's a outing or a wedding or a party, and you're like, I just ruined it all. That's kind of what I thought about the laundry. I'm like, no dryer. So guess what I did? I got resourceful. I made a plan. I said, hey, Mom, can I bring you a load of laundry? Yes, no problem. Then we went away for the weekend, but I picked a house that had a washer and dryer in it. And I brought my clothes and I washed them. And then after that, I had to do a load of towels and I did old school. I hung them outside on the deck. Did you see how everything is figure outable? I kept with the system. I kept with the plan, even though one of the most important things, my dryer, was missing from it. So can you not do the same exact thing with your nutrition and your food? You certainly can. You just have to make the decision to do it. And I think that decision comes from our ability to recognize that we play small and it's time to stop playing small and to start asking ourselves, how can I? Because when you start presenting that question to your brain, you are going to find a lot of solutions. When you say, how come this always happens? You're going to find a lot of problems. When you're going to ask yourself, why did that always happen to me? Or how come that good thing never happens to me? Or how come that always happens to her? Or how come the neighbors have better things? Or my friend always gets fit and I don't? You're going to find a lot of problems. That's just the way it works. And this is one of the biggest life hacks that I personally have discovered. And I want to gift to you, but it doesn't work unless you use it. So how can I? Write it down, put it on a Post-it. I did. You can too. Put it on a Post-it and ask yourself that every single day. You're going to look at the fact that you have no food in your fridge and you're like, how can I still make lunch for my kids today? You will figure out a way. You will say, oh my gosh, there's no gas left in my car. Like, how can I make sure I get gas and I still get to the place that I need to get to on time? You will figure out a way. But when you sit there in victim mode and you're like, can't believe that happened. Why does this always happen? I used to say that to myself all the time, but I got nowhere fast in my life. So how can I? Figure outable. Always have plan A, B, and C. Heck yeah, plan through Z. Take always the excuse. That's what it's all about, guys. So drop yours if you haven't yet. Only 2 people did. I'm waiting for the rest of you. How can I get my workouts in? Still show up. Be accountable. Find an accountability buddy. Eat healthy meals. Stop eating crap. Stop buying chips. What is it that you need to figure out? And the instant that you put that thing at the end of that sentence of how can I, your brain will instantaneously go to work. Subconsciously, that's what it was designed to do, but you never give it the opportunity to do what it was created to do. And this is how you do it. That's all I got for you guys today. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Thriving Thursday. So excited. See you back here at 1:30 p.m. And have a powerful day. How can you make today powerful?